Well, well, well. Sledgehammer and World War II. Could you name a more disappointing duo than that? I can't. Except maybe Infinity Ward and Modern Ball Hairs 2019. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the boy Fooly, and I'm bringing you guys another video right here on Black Ops Cold War. Today, we're going to be talking about the rumored Call of Duty title that's coming out later this year. Call of Duty World War II Vanguard. Before we get into anything, make sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new. Again, thank you for over 500 subscribers. That's absolutely bonkers. So let's keep that train rolling, right? And let's get right into it. I'm still kind of late to the party, but if you guys haven't heard, the next Call of Duty title has kind of been leaked, and they're saying it's called Call of Duty World War II Vanguard. And I just wanted to give you guys some of my first thoughts and opinions on the possibilities of this game, what we're probably going to end up seeing, and any expectations that I have. Knowing Activision and knowing the current trend of Call of Duties over the last couple of years, I just wanted to start off by saying I don't actually believe the next Call of Duty is going to be called Call of Duty World War II Vanguard. That's a super long name. So right off the rip, there's nothing really too interesting about the title itself, and that's usually just a code title that we usually get for these Call of Duty games. If you guys actually remember, before Black Ops Cold War was announced, people thought it was going to be called Call of Duty The Red Door or Black Ops The Red Door. If anybody remembers this from back in the day, then you're literally an OG. But before Black Ops 2 was announced, it was rumored to be called Call of Duty Iron Wolf, and honestly that sounded kind of cool to me at the time. You know, I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. The point of that was just to say that I'm pretty sure it's not going to be called World War II Vanguard, so I don't take too much out of it. But I do think the rumors are going to be true, that it's going to be set in like a World War II-esque time, and that's really what I wanted to talk about. I've talked about World War II a couple of times on this channel before, and I've pretty much always had this opinion about it. I agree, World War II was pretty boring. It was pretty stale to start things off. Unfortunately, a lot of people gave up on the game very quickly, for good reason obviously, and I think a lot of people have a very, very bad misconception of World War II because of that. If you were there for the overhaul of World War II, then you would know that that game really picked it up. Towards the second half / the last quarter of the game's life cycle, it was actually an incredibly solid game, and I mean that. Now, I know a lot of people are really going to disagree with me on this one, and I understand it, but the latter half of World War II was far more enjoyable than Modern Hairs 2019, and a little bit more enjoyable than this game right here in Call of Duty Cold War. For the first half, I pretty much agree with everybody that it was pretty ass. It was really boring. The colors were not nice. The maps were kind of nasty. The guns weren't very satisfying. The gameplay was pretty slow. But with all that said, I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't at least a little excited for this next COD. Based on the leaks and the information that we do have, and based off of what we could actually predict, I assume the overall concept of the game is going to be pretty similar to World War II. It's going to be boots on the ground. It's going to be a little bit slower. It's going to be a little darker, but I think they're going to do it a little bit better this time, alright? At least to start out with, because we remember before we had Michael Condrey, who was a complete slap. I mean, everybody hated the guy. Who didn't hate the guy, right? I think they have a better idea of how to launch a game this time, but then we look back at what was supposed to be this year's game, but apparently they super f***ed it up, and it was given to Treyarch last minute in the middle of Black Ops 4. Alright, you could take this in two ways. On one side, you could say Sledgehammer is not to be trusted ever again because they've f***ed up this game. And then on the other hand, you could say Activision essentially saw their rough draft, was like, hell no, and they went back to the drawing board and did something completely different. So again, I understand that a couple of people might be a little worried about this year's game, but I'm telling you guys, if they can somehow replicate what they did at the end of World War II and not have a shitty launch like the beginning of World War II and what this year's COD was supposed to be, then I actually think that we're in for a really good title. But then again, over the last couple of years, if there's anything I've learned about Activision, it's that I can't have my hopes too high for anything that they're a part of. All the things that Activision is behind and all the things that they're to blame for, I don't know if this game could be what it has the potential to be. The end of World War II had the potential to be a really top-notch Call of Duty overall, and with Activision steering the wheel behind the last few CODs really badly in the wrong direction, I gotta say, I don't know if I trust them all that much handling the game. Not only that, but in World War II, the SBMM wasn't nearly as tough as it was the last couple of years, and even after the overhaul of World War II, there was still a couple of problems that the game had that I don't even think they could have fixed at the time. Certain things like the movement speed was incredibly slow. Some of the guns were kind of not really satisfying to use. The colors were pretty bad, and majority of the maps were not very good. Some maps like Gustav Cannon and USS Texas, those are definitely in the top 10 worst maps we've ever seen. I don't know if they're still in the top 10. I mean, Modern Warfare 2019 really took a chance on trying to win an award for the worst maps ever in Call of Duty history, probably in FPS history. If they want to make a successful COD right now, the maps need to be a lot better. They need to be a lot more colorful. The guns need to hit harder. The weapons need to have more variety in terms of looks and appearance, and the movement definitely needs to be cranked up a bit. There's a couple of assumptions I can make about the overall feel of this next game that not a lot of people are willing to talk about, I don't think, because they don't really necessarily have information or leaks as of yet. I made a video like 2 or 3 months ago about Call of Duty 2021 and whether or not it would be a World War II type game or an Advanced Warfare type of game. I couldn't see it being an Advanced Warfare kind of game because the movement wouldn't really fit in with Warzone, and if they're gonna make any changes to Call of Duty, it really has to accommodate Warzone. Like, we gotta understand that's their golden child now. We know that Warzone's always gonna be running on Modern Warfare's engine. This game right here, Cold War, especially with the weapons and the movement, it kinda had to match Modern Warfare 2019 so that it could fit in with Warzone pretty well. And I'm pretty sure the next COD title won't be any different. So I guess that's kind of an expectation you can have for the next Call of Duty, is that it's not gonna be way too different in terms of movement and mechanics and speed compared to the last 2 COD titles. And now that I mention it, I am kind of curious to see how World War II would fit into Warzone. If we had like a World War II themed Warzone map, that would be actually insane. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Personally, I'm a little on the fence on the overall enjoyability of the next COD title, but overall, I'm pretty excited for it. There's no way they can make it any worse than the beginning of World War II. I've played a bunch of great CODs, I've played a bunch of terrible CODs. I'm telling you, the last half of World War II was actually pretty good. And again, thanks so much for over 500 subscribers. That means a ton to me. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. I'm out of here. Toodaloo.
It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very long time and I'm weak. It's been a very